Hello, hello, my beautiful friends. I wanted to come on and get this party started. We're going to do over the next 30 days this spiritual warrior training series. And I want to tell you a little bit about what it is, why I'm doing it, and get you started on this process, on this path. So for the next 30 days, like I mentioned, I will be doing a video every day to walk you through this path. It's to take you on this journey from spiritual seeker, understanding your own spiritual journey, to that feeling more. Once we've started that process, once we've collected some information, yes, we're going to continue the journey for ourselves, but we start feeling that transition of, I want to help other people in this process. I want to help people understand what this means for them, right? And you had such an awakening and you've had such a transformation within yourself that you want to start sharing this with other people. So this is the process and path we're going to take you through so that you can continue this journey for yourself, but also start sharing that. And what does that look like and feel like? So a spiritual warrior was what we started with. And I wanted to share a little bit about what a spiritual warrior means and when you know you're ready for that. So yeah, let's get started. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Alanna Green. If you're following my YouTube channel or obviously my social media links, you already kind of know who I am. So I've been on this spiritual journey for over 5 years, and it has been such an incredible journey. And for me, it started out with just a collection of information and knowing more about myself in a personal journey, a personal development. And then it just evolved into this spiritual journey. And then, so that's what happens is this, we start with this feeling of more, this feeling of something else that's inside us that's drawing us into that next idea. And in my opinion, that's very much the soul seeking its understanding in itself. And then, like I said, as we progress, we're on this journey, we're already on the path, and then we discover what's next. And we want to challenge ourselves to dig deeper and continue down the journey. You're going to find other things that are going to continue the spiritual journey for yourself. But I really want you to kind of consider that moment of like I said, about one, what's next? Or you feel like there's something bigger, there's more you can give to this space and to the collective consciousness. There's obviously a shift in the world of what's going on. And I've already spoken about that in my last video. But when we're done all the things, we've already done some of the work for ourselves, the meditating, the healing, the connecting, the understanding who we are, and we're ready to share that with more people. So, what's a spiritual warrior? A spiritual warrior, in my opinion, is somebody who's already doing the work, one for themselves, but they stay very grounded in their truth. They've already connected to their intuition, their understanding, their knowing, whatever way that connection is for them. And someone who commits to continuing that growth and also committing to making change in the collective consciousness. It is also someone that faces their shadows, their own challenges, and continues that growth journey, that evolution to expand their consciousness, to better serve others, to better make it a bigger impact. It is definitely of us that are feeling like we are here to help with that bigger impact, right? It's also someone who holds space or holds the line, in my opinion, because a warrior, sometimes you feel like it's a fight and we're in this fight together. And yes and no, but it's more about the feminine energy of just being strong and holding space for others, even when it's hard, even when there's chaos in the world. And we hold each other arm in arm to kind of hold each other together, to hold each other accountable, to be mirrors for each other, to continue that growth for each other, and hold space for when the next person is ready to have their spiritual journey as well. So, why does this matter right now? I truly, truly feel that right now in this world, more than ever, obviously there's chaos, there's contrast, there's all of this conflict that's happening, and there's this masculine rise. And again, I talked about this in my last video, but there is this other side of that coin that when we start speaking again, holding our truth and speaking from our truth and being unapologetic in our truth and standing up for what we truly believe in and not hiding and and um, and sharing unapologetically and wholeheartedly from that space. We need more of us in this space than ever. Because I know when we collectively come together from unconditional love, we create a change in the world that has no other impact other than creating more light in the world. So that's why now more than ever, more of us are being called to step up. There is a awakening, a large awakening that's happening and a shift that's happening in the world. And the more of us that rise to the occasion, to the calling, that feeling of, I know I'm here to make a bigger impact. The more of us that step up and do it, the more of us that create the ripple effect. We are all needed for this reason. So today, I want you to kind of reflect, just for today. This is kind of your action for today, is reflect on some time where one, you've held space for yourself and you stood strong in your own truth, either for yourself or even for someone else, where you chose to just allow them. What does holding space mean? It's just allowing them without judgment to share their thoughts or understand themselves or be a reflection for others, instead of jumping on the bandwagon of judgment and judging on or getting into that, talking through all the crap. It's really about allowing somebody to express so they can better understand themselves. So where in your life have you already been a spiritual warrior, even if you didn't call it that? And then my next question for you is, what scares you about stepping fully into that role? A lot of us in this space, we have this fear of being seen, of being heard. We have these witch wounds, these other wounds that have been in our past. So stepping forward in this time right now feels scary. So what about stepping fully into that feeling that you already feel within you, that feeling of more, that feeling of, I'm here to make a bigger impact? What about that scares you? And when we sit in this discomfort, not that you want to stay there forever, but when we start paying attention to the feeling that shows up, the answers from it come. So I want you to reflect on that today. Where in your life are you already showing up as that spiritual warrior? And then, if you're curious, if you want to walk this path a little more intentionally, I've created a free awakening discovery package to help guide you on this journey. There's a link in my bio that you can get access to that right away. And I really want you to drop in the comments or reply, ask questions. Feel free to drop in. Over the next 30 days, I'll be dropping a video every single day. And I want you to share, what about the spiritual warrior? What does that mean to you? Out of all the things I've shared, if any of this relates to you, if you have questions, if you have comments, please feel free to drop in the chat. And I would love for you to drop me a message anywhere, anytime you see me in social media or on YouTube, wherever you are, send me a message. And I would love to explore this path together, to continue this journey, because I know we are here to rise. We're here to rise together. It is not meant to be a journey on our own. It is meant to be a collective shift. And the more we do this together, the more we make a bigger impact, the better off our world and the collective consciousness will be. So until next time, we will see you later. Bye for now.